It's a great pleasure to be with you, dear viewers of the national television of Burundi. It's a higher time you followed English News Edition. Top stories first. The Minister of the Interior, Community Development and Public Security, Marthe Niteretse, had a meeting with security officials from the Central Region. The gathering took place in Gitega, the political capital city of the country. The objective was to assess security situation in the region. In Bujumbura, children in supervision camps have begun during school holidays to protect them from negative influences and offer them enriching educational and cultural activities. Our newsroom team assessed different corners of the capital city where such activities are being conducted. These were headlines. Will come now in details. The Minister of Interior, Community Development and Public Security, Marthe Niteretse, had a meeting with the security officials from the Central Region. The gathering took place in Gitega, the political capital city of the country. The objective was to assess the situation for security in the region. On this occasion, the Minister of the Interior Affairs urged the law enforcement officers to diligently carry out their duties, particularly in reducing road accidents, which results in loss of life and strengthening the fight against fraud. The Ontario elections for the 2025-2030 legislature are scheduled for Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025. Among the key responsibilities assigned to the senators are voting on and proposing laws, as well as overseeing government action. The new Senate will be composed of 13 members. In his report, our colleague Gordia Kalogato reviews some of the provisions of the Electoral Code governing the establishment of this institution. Follow him.
In accordance with the Electoral Code promulgated in 2024, Article 142 stipulates that the Senate shall be composed of 2 delegates from each province. These delegates are elected by an electoral college composed of communal councillors from the relevant province who must come from different ethnic communities. The same article further provides that a minimum of 30 female representation must be ensured within the Senate. Regarding eligibility requirements, Article 158 of the Electoral Code specifies that any candidate for the position of senator must meet the conditions required to be an elector as defined in Articles 4 to 10 of the Code. In addition, the candidate must be of Burundian nationality, at least 30 years old at the time of the election, and a resident of Burundi. Article 150 states that the mandate of a senator is of a national character. However, under 151, this mandate is incompatible with any other public office. An exception is made in Article 152, which allows university professors to combine their teaching duties with the senatorial mandate. According to Article 145, during its inaugural session, the Senate shall be presided over by the oldest senator. The Senate subsequently adopts its rules of procedure, which define its organization and operations. It also elects its bureau, composed of the president and vice presidents, while ensuring ethnic and gender balance. The primary responsibilities of the Burundian Senate are to legislate and propose laws, oversee government action, and approve key appointments proposed by the government. The outgoing Senate is composed of 39 members. However, due to the new administrative reorganization, the Senate resulting from the 2025 elections will be composed of 13 members, 2 senators from each of the 5 provinces, totaling 10, and the 3 co-opted senators from the Twa ethnic group.
In politics, the CNDD-FDD political party leadership organized a session for its youth members in the Matana Commune, Burunga province. The teachings emphasize the values and traditions that define a well-educated and morally upright person. The Secretary General of the ruling party CNDD-FDD, Reverien Ndikurio, told them that in order to have strong leaders, one must first have strong families. As I said so far in top stories, in Bujumbura, children's supervision camps have begun during school holidays to protect them from negative influences and offer them enriching educational and cultural activities. Our newsroom team is at different corners of the capital city, Bujumbura, where such activities are being conducted. Marius Muhigwe details.
These are children in the summer holidays. We are at Guido Maria Conforti Parish here in Kamengezo, Bujumbura capital. In this place, many children from kindergarten up to the 6th grade are meeting there under the supervision. Here they are learning different courses, entertainment, including parts of the body, as the coordinator of San Filippo Foundation, Agnes Ndabe, said. On the other part, at St. Joseph Parish here in Ngagala zone, many children are being taught the Holy Bible according to the agenda of Pope in his mission of teaching young children. And this, as reported by their supervisors, this is a way to well supervise them so as to portray positively their behavior. This young child was before supervised, and now she is leading others in order to help them to supervise for the good behavior in the society. In this perspective, many other children are meeting on different playgrounds in order to all get occupied during these holidays. Here we name at Parque Basketball and Volleyball Playground, including many other courts.
Come back in the diaspora week. For Burundi to achieve its vision of becoming an emerging country by 2040 and develop the country by 2060, Burundians must work together, each contributing their knowledge and talents to the development of the nation. This was one of the key messages shared on Saturday in the province of Burunga by participants in the Inkingi Zimbonakaza Event 2025 competition, organized by the Burundian diaspora to help accelerate the realization of that vision. This took place on the 4th day of the competition. Reported by Jiva Ndaishimia.
Burunga, oye! Kugira rero dushike kubona kazoza bisaba yuko abarundi twese atavuyemwo dukora.
The 4th day of the competition in Hingizimona Kazoza Event 2025, or the Pillars of the Vision Event 2025, organized by the Burundian diaspora, took place at the stadium of Makamba Commune, the capital of Burunga province. In this province, 56 artists selected from many applicants competed to showcase their talents, 17 in visual arts, 10 in poetry, 14 in music and dance, 8 in comedy, and 7 in short theater plays. Based on the theme, I am the pillar of the vision, unity, my knowledge and my talents are a gift to Burundi. The participants delivered powerful messages. They showed that if Burundians unite and each person uses their knowledge and talent to help the country move forward, it will lay a strong foundation for achieving the vision of an emerging country by 2040 and a developed country by 2060 as planned. The winners in each category received 3 million Burundian francs for first place, 2 million for second place, and 1 million for third place. Etienne Bonihanguye, who represented the governor of Burunga province at the event, encouraged the winners not to waste the money they received, but rather to invest it in useful projects such as rabbit farming, avocado cultivation, and other development initiatives. The winners expressed pride in their achievements and gratitude to the Burundian diaspora, the organizers of the event. They said they would use the money wisely for projects that will help them become self-reliant. This stage of the competition took place in the Burunga province after previous event well held in the provinces of Buhumuza, Butanyerera, and Gitega.
Yes, Yes, we keep on our edition. The semi-competition was concluded on Sunday in Bujumbura province at the famous place known as Jardin Public. However, it is planned that a grand competition will take place, bring together the top 3 participants from each province in every talent category featured in the previous stages. This final event is scheduled for next Sunday, July 27th of this year. Jivanda Shimie once again.
The closing ceremonies of the Inhingizimana Kazoza Event 2025 competition or Pillars of the Vision Event 2025, which took place across all provinces Burundi, were held in Bujumbura at the Jardin Public. At this venue, more than 280 talented artists from various categories, visual arts, music and dance, poetry, comedy and short theater gathered in large numbers. Each of them came to showcase their talent and deliver a message through their art on how Burundi can achieve its vision of becoming an emerging country by 2040 and developed nation by 2060. Samuel Ndayiragije, president of the Burundian Diaspora, the association which organized, thanked the government of Burundi and the local authorities for their support throughout the competition. He also expressed his satisfaction that the competition concluded with many Burundians now aware of their role in achieving the national vision.
Let's fight together the corruption. And the second, they showed us that the unity, without unity, we cannot achieve the mission of the vision. And also they were able to show us that if we don't work hard, we cannot achieve our mission. And also, if we don't change our mentality, the way you used to think, and think in another way, we cannot arrive there.
As for the winners from each province, Samuel Ndayiragije encouraged them to prepare well for the grand finale scheduled for July 27th this year. Some of these winners expressed their gratitude for the Burundian diaspora and said they were ready to train even harder for the final round. Regarding how they plan to use the cash prizes, the winners said they would invest the money in a meaningful project to truly become pillars of the national vision. It is worth recording that throughout this competition, artists from all categories, visual arts, music and dance, poetry and slam, short theater and comedy, competed by delivering messages inspired by the theme "Let's Build the Burundi of Tomorrow by changing our behaviors and habits based on unity, knowledge and talent."
As you are already aware, at the beginning of each week, we look at the news trend for the previous week. Today, we take you through the final match in basketball between Urunani and Dinamo that took place this Sunday in the capital city of Bujumbura. At the end of this final, the team of Dinamo end up the match champion. Fabian Onizigie take us through the atmosphere that was prevailing on the ground.
Playoff finals, Dinamo prevailed over Urunani after an intense match. From the first half, the green and the white took control in the first quarter, which ended with a score of 15-8 points. At halftime, Dinamo led the match by a narrow margin of only 2 points, 29-27. In the third half, Dinamo picked up the pace thanks mainly to the brilliant Chuma Totonoe. The quarter ended with a score of 45-34 points. In the final quarter, Chuma Totonoe and Etienne Tametong wrapped up the match by sending Urunani home with a score of 64-51. Out of the 7 games played, Dinamo won 4, compared to 3 for Urunani. The 2025 season ended on a high note, but one question remains: if Dinamo makes it through the road to Bar, will they participate in the Basketball African League? In addition to this cup and the gold medals, Dinamo received a prize of 10 million Burundi francs from Runani Itord for 5 million, and silver medals, while the third place Lezipo received bronze medals and a prize of 3 million. Individually, Chuma Totonowe was crowned MVP. Promisi Bujeje of Runani was named the player of revelation. The top scorer was Etienne Tametong of Dinamo, and the best defender was Chinga Garba, Dinamo Sinto. And finally, the best fan was Augustin Bizoza, a Runani fan who received an air ticket. He will then travel with Dinamo. Dinamo is then the Burundi basketball champion for the 2025 edition. The team defeated Runani in a decisive match of the playoffs. The final score was 64-51 in favor of Dinamo after an intense match in which they took the lead from the start.
On the presentation of this news, you are alongside the I Evariste Nyongulu. Thank you for being with us. Catch you later.